Execration game number 3 decided that they will not be as gambling.
Gambling, yeah. That is a very safe lineup, yeah.
Very safe. I don't like the Lancelot, however. But this is only because of the fact that NXP Solid picked up a very dive composition. But now, maybe they go Liu Yi now. Instead, they go Kagura. So it's almost the same. You have that big AoE team fight. And you also have a little bit of wave clear in the end.
Yeah, I'm worrying actually about the Lancelot here onto Hate. I mean, the most explosive player I still see, and a more stable player on the Lancelot would be on H2. It falls to the hands of H2. Even full clip might be more stable, and even Drix. Hate, I know my doubts on Hate is still not yet cleared. Not to mention Chester has a nice pick down the Kagura for those melee lineups. Right?
There's a lot of good catch coming out from NXP, but I guess the problem that they have might still be as the same as in the previous game. Game number 2, they don't have the best wave clear in the world. While they do have the Kagura, that Kagura spending all of his time clearing the wave in the mid game and the late game, might be the best for next play. However, I still don't feel as comfortable for Execrations because they do feel the Lancelot, and there's a lot of catch in there. There's got that catch that can. Here's the thing, right? The Thorn Rose, as good as it is as a tool to dodge a lot of skills, you can still anticipate it. And there's Kufra that I always feel is a good counter against the Lancelot.
Yes, you could just layer, wait out one Thorn Rose, wait out one puncture, and you could flicker ult.
That's right.
That's the thing about the Kufra. Here's the thing. I think one of the edge heroes here for Execration would be the Farsa. And also Medicutis Cho. I always have very high expectation of Medicutis Cho. But yeah, we forgot to get Chakno here.
The
Atlas. Alright. So this might be it. It might be a nice saving grace here for Execration, because we did mention that upon revealing the first 3 picks, Execration is taking on a good form, right?
That's right.
I'm gonna be sticking on to my prediction. I would still stick with NXP.
Alright. Nevertheless, Shinbu, what I do like about Execration is that they have this Atlas, and there's no Purify for NXP Solid.
Yes, that's the problem.
However, NXP Solid, they still have Khalid, very good anti-all-in strategy in our next play Solid. Obviously with the sustain. Nevertheless, I want to see how Hate will use this Lancelot in a game that he will not be as comfortable in.
Indeed, and NXP has a good read on the disruption being done here by Chaknu. It is gonna be a bit of a slow game, totally early game, but don't worry, I'm very sure we have a very bloody fight, considering the lineups here, considering the teams. Execration, we just need to be careful of the team fights. Earlier, we keep on mentioning that NXP has a nice early game, has a nice link banter for this.
What would you call this matchup?
It's a totally bad blood, I would say.
Bad blood, right.
It's totally bad blood.
So bad blood number 2 is coming in a few weeks' time.
We could maybe name the second matchup so Unforgiven, something. So hardcore, right? Or something edgy, maybe.
Something edgy more.
Because that's what's happening right now between these 2 teams.
Okay, so a standard setup for both teams, and Execration is leading in terms of gold. That's what you get from a massive wave clear.
But they do have tendencies here for NJ. Always staying off the back line. But that's the setup. It's the call for setup here for NXP. That's what I'm talking about.
They get baited in.
Let's get on to what I'm talking about Hate.
Yeah. So the thing with Lancelot is that if you land your dashes, which is considered as the Phantom Execution in your what do you call puncture? There it is. You can infinitely go to your use your dash. But if your opponents group up and they're in range of one dash, that's considered already
one dash.
One dash, no reset.
On two targets, right?
Exactly.
No reset, that's the thing.
NXP, what they did on that first blood is that they said, okay, the boat is sinking, let's group ourselves into 3. And that spelled the doom for Hate. Hate had an angle, but he did not realize that NXP Solid can outplay him there.
I actually love the hero design on Lancelot. It's like a beautiful duelist. He likes taking these triangle formations, not just in the form of the Thorn Rose, but on the puncture.
That's right.
Again, the more spread out the targets are, the better for him. That makes his dash, that gives more sense on his dash. And the here gets caught out. And that's what we're talking. I mean, not we're talking about, but those are quite the easy pickups there by NXP without any conversion on Execration.
I wonder if Execration have exhausted all of their adrenaline after all those pauses and those remakes, because that's a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes, particularly that jump from E to max, and you cannot afford that in the early stage of the game. Oh no!
Very, very interesting play between these two teams. You got here Chaknu dance around with his own fatal links. It forces Benikudi to walk. It forces the the Blade of Tempest to H2 here by Benikudi onto the side. Hate was able to get a kill. I'm not so sure, but of course he gets killed as well by H2. 1-for-1, ladies and gentlemen, but overall a 4-for-1 in favor still of NXP.
No man, this is very scrappy from Execration.
Yeah.
And nevertheless, this is Execration anyways, right? This is what you expect.
What you expect from a game of
This
Execration.
guys.
Yeah, that's why we're not so surprised on the early mistakes, right?
Early game mistakes.
Yeah, and the problem here is that we cannot really say if this continues on, Execration will be lost because that's not always the case for Execration.
Oh, I kind of want to say that Execration did use an early game composition in game number 2, and Roger said he's on a timer.
Yeah.
And they still won it after not having the control in the early stage of the game. I will dare say that it's literally the same this time in game number 1.
Yeah.
Execration needs to win the early game.
Yeah. Just a quick look onto the items. I was looking into. Let's go for the play-by-play here, ladies and gentlemen. That's gonna be Atlas though, falling down quickly. Renergy zones out everyone. Actually, just one Etomax with that Avatar of Guardian. I just want to emphasize. 5-minute mark actually, we got the Clock of Destiny bought onto Chester. That was an early lead there for a support. That is big burst there for Chester. Added to his combo, he got the flame shot.
The 4 assists allows him to be so farm at this. Renegade might even survive this, and indeed he will.
He got the turtle on.
The shield. Oh wow, okay.
Man.
So next play Solid is definitely on a roll now.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if you're looking into the numbers, that's next place control already.
Man, this is really scary for Execration.
Yeah.
They are so dependent on winning this early game, and they need to steamroll. They don't have the right tools in the late game apart from their Chapnu ultimate, which is the Atlas Fatal Links. But apart from that, they might find it incredibly hard against the lineup of NXP Solid.
Execration always plays with a miracle, and it will require a miracle to win this one. Look at that. That might be the 4th death. Full combo here by next play. Puts in the P. The perfect execution, ladies and gentlemen, against Execration. You got Chaknu getting destroyed there. And the only ray of hope is not there for the party. It is going to be Benny Cutie. A 4-4 non-exchange NXP Solid.
Oh man, this is where your classic video content makers will make something like the symphony of skills.
Yes, man.
From NXP Solid, it's like a dance that it's not all together. It's layered properly, especially with that Yaoi initiation.
Perfect
and we are saying this.
Yeah.
Yaoi special, and whoever pops off when it comes to the supporting roles really elevates their team. Yaoi with the jump, followed up by Renegade's ultimate.
Yeah, this is how the fans love NXP. NXP knows how to layer their spells explosive in an explosive manner. And man, hate here.
Yeah.
Again, like what we expected, we're sitting here 0-4 on the main core, on the Lancelot. Totally not good news. Remember that in a way, Lancelot kind of plateaus as well in the late game.
It's a problem with the Lancelot.
Yeah.
I can see that even a drop, we did say that we are so scared of this Lancelot. We were talking about how incredibly hard this is for him.
Yeah.
And he's already at 5 deaths, 7 minutes in. And Execration, you're gonna blame yourselves now for drafting that Lancelot.
Yeah, man, and that is the damage we are talking about. Down for Chester. He did receive the fatal links. It doesn't matter. Maybe after receiving the last insanity, it will matter. Gets the kill aside for Zapnu, and H2 would have to walk away.
Oh man.
Keep on saying, man. I mean, it's what we expected on the Lancelot pick. That's the problem.
We were saying that
Killing spree Lancelot.
Yeah, there's a lot of
not even gonna be touching the late game there.
That's right. Now Benny Cutie is gonna be pummeled down, forced to use the ultimate. The phantom execution is quite off the mark, but they still take out one. Unfortunately, they will not get an additional. While they badly want to give it to Hate, Hate did not have the enough range for him to be able to reach Yaoi. And when all things is said and done, they weren't able to give the kill to the core, and that was a support death. And next play, Solid are not really hampered by that death. I mean,
Execration needs to be reminded of the bad blood of the importance of winning this match. That's
yeah, they need that anger, that adrenaline back in them, because it seems like they have really lost it at this game.
Yeah, look, H2 with the bad blood against Benny. H2, he went for the dive. He didn't commit. Was able to walk away very quick on the finish points.
So the punishment from Execration is to just take the turtle, but that might not be even given to them.
Oh my God.
OMB.
Heartbreaking.
Heartbreak indeed.
So heartbreaking.
Everything is falling apart for Execration like a house of cards. Take one away, that's Lancelot, and it's already over.
After one of the biggest wins for a regular season, that game number 2.
Oh, to lose like this. Talking about mental reset, not
6,000 gold lead here for NXP. Man,
I think that we have to go back to the draft indeed.
Yeah, social media will be so explosive this Friday night. Everyone will be on their phones.
It's a freaky Friday, but NXP Solid, they have solidified their case. Yawi with the jump, but
they went for the job. There is the follow-up done by Renegade. H2 follows through. Yawi still alive. Was able to let his own ultimate down for Zapnu after bagging in Benny Q. But still, it's going to be Yawi saying his goodbye. Zapnu here. His immortality gets popped. Chaknu follows up. Fatal links. Where is that not going to be hit? Already legendary after the double kill secured here by H2. Mega
MB is finished. Even diving gets another death on Hate.
Yeah.
And they have hated Hate now. It's just Itomax, and he cannot defend.
Oh my God.
And this might be it.
It might be it. We're seeing actually the artillery minion. If no one is actually tagging no artillery minion, the defense of the base would be up. The anti-backdoor for that part. 570.
A 10,000 gold lead for NXP Solid. 10 minutes in.
Man, the draft.
How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, the draft, man.
The draft.
The draft. I would say the draft. I just on the Lancelot. I mean, it's not really so stellar seeing the Xberg there, the Lancelot. Maybe seeing something so unique, like as unique as an Alice. You know, on that last pick.
NXP Solid just drafted this so well. So they go for the Kufra Link combo, which is a little bit greedy, but it works almost all the time because the idea is you pick the counter against your opponents.
I'm worrying about the performance rating here.
Oh, that's right.
We might be seeing some bronze performance rating.
We might see the chocolate factory. So after the Link pick and the Link Kufra back-to-back picks, Execration went for the Atlas, as was the Cho. We expected the Cho to be there, and we also saw that Atlas is a good pick for Execration because it might be banned out by NXP Solid. The problem was they revealed so much of their hands, so it's definitely a side lane Cho and definitely support Atlas. And what you get from it is the fact that this is so all-in. It allowed NXP to just pick up the Khalid.
Khalid.
And it
counters, Kagura.
Kagura. So this is your counter against the all-in strategies, because what all-in strategies do is that they jump in, they hope to get a pickup or two, and they don't have a plan B.
And the problem about all-in strategies, they have obvious inherent weaknesses.
That's
Normally, heroes that has all-in kits are very vulnerable to pickups.
That's right.
Especially all-in compositions. And all-in compositions, they require complete sets. If someone gets plucked out quickly, the strength of an all-in composition is easily removed here. And that's why it's now so hard for Execration, because even if they went all-in here, their core will not be adept to follow up. 0-6 on that will clearly lack in damage. Facing a Gatot Kacha for that part. You get a Kufra as well.
And a 10-0-5 Ling.
10-0-5 Ling.
That's big problem for NXP Solid now. And it's not like H2O did something that's really out of the box now, or it's not like the best Ling performance, like skill-wise. But the fact that NXP Solid allowed H2O, #conserve H2O in this game, it's wonderful to see. And that's the complete opposite of what Execution did with channeling the hate. They did not.
I actually want to mention and acknowledge that NXP's competition shouldn't be as easy to go for push, but the lead is too much here, right? The lead is too much here.
It's massive.
You can expect an inhibitor going down against Execration here. Top lane is gone. Bottom lane here, at least the wave clear is complete.
Yeah.
Lord is also cleared as well by Execration, but there you go. That's what we are talking about. The lead is too much. You'd be expecting an inhibitor threat to really go down.
So they go for their airstrike to go with that ultimate from the X4. The jump me out.
Alright, Chakno sets in with a fatal link, so makes an explosive play of his own, and no one's focusing under the base. It's a shutdown against H2, ladies and gentlemen. Execration tries to answer 4. Inhibitor turned on the bottom lane, already saying goodbye, and there is gonna be it.
No
That's
way.
a 1 by 1, and that's gonna be removed, and everyone is gone. Onto the NXP side, Execration takes the defense by wiping out Solid. And those are kind of late game timers. Those are pretty long timers.
Oh my goodness! Emotion from Execration. We were talking about this.
Oh my god, they can
No way.
They might be able to
No way.
They have enough damage. They're banning
way.
There's the minion wave. Ladies and gentlemen,
They have the minions.
they have the minions. And that's it. That's it. Oh my god. Ah. Oh my god. Jackno in the place. The bad blood is settled. That's it. That's it. 2-1. And Execration has won. Execration has won.
No words. We'll explain this.
Oh my god.
Like I told you, man.
Oh my
Science.
god. Zapno is crying. Zapno is crying.
Chakno can't believe it. He just landed
Oh my god.
the fatal licks of his life.
Look at the face here of NXP.
Quality of man.
This is.
My goodness.
This is MPL Philippines.
Take a moment, everyone, to appreciate.
It's crazy. Look at Hate. He's crying. He knows how bad he was doing on that game.